You probably one day decided to do a task, but somehow you didn't do it. And this has happened not once, not twice, almost every time. And this is not a coincidence. In fact, this is called procrastination. And it happened to everyone. It's common for everyone. But the question is why we procrastinate? Why we do that? Why we always delay our tasks? To understand that, we have to see how our brain function. So our brain is used to save the energy, not to spend the energy, not to consume the energy. Our brain like wants to save the energy, and this is related to procrastination because our brain hate something with an effort, hate an activity that require an effort. Like our brain only wants the easy reward, and this we will find it in um, instant gratification, like social media, like scrolling in this kind of stuff. So what you have to understand that if you're gonna do a task that doesn't give a reward, an instant reward, a short-term reward, your brain will avoid it, will most likely avoid it, will look for these easy short-term rewards it found in social media, as I said. So every time you decide to do a task, your brain will most likely avoid it, try to avoid it. Will most likely like it you probably experience it. You're gonna do, for example, a task and you like decide to just watch some reels, scroll through like social media and then go and do the task. So this is not the coincidence. Your brain do that intentionally to avoid the task that it will face your brain. So to speak, this is not a coincidence at all. And what makes it worse when you don't be serious with your task. What I mean by that, when you don't put your deadline, when you don't put a deadline to the task, you make it randomly throughout the day. So you just like think that you will do it like you have the whole day, so you will do it in hour. So this is what makes it worse. You don't put a specific time that the brain will think about it. And another common factor, which is the task is not interesting in you to you. So task is a little bit boring for you. So that's why you also avoid it. So this is like common. And sometimes when you have an overwhelming task, your brain will try to trick you to put that task, to avoid that task, to delay it every time, even though you put a deadline. For example, you told yourself that you will do it 7 a.m. Your brain will start gradually delay this task hour by hour until it's night, and you will most likely say that you will do it tomorrow, and the cycle repeats again and again and again. And sometimes when we set a multiple tasks throughout the day, your brain will not do any of them because it's too many options. When you don't put the deadlines to these multiple tasks, so your brain will not do any of them. Like you have to, if you want to focus on something, you have to focus on only one task. If you have like multiple overwhelming tasks throughout the day, I think it doesn't work like that. You have to put a task that it one in one day. Like if it's overwhelming, you have to put only one task and work on it. So we spoke on a solution, which is putting one task in a day. Now let's speak on another solutions. The first solution, which is putting a deadline, I've already talked about it. You have to put a deadline to any task, even if this task are not requiring a lot of effort, much effort. So just put a deadline to it. So this is very important because your brain are not like will most likely forget about it like after like 10 minutes or even less. So just put a deadline to this task. And another solution, which is remove distraction. Before you're gonna do a important task with 15 minutes, just put your phone away from you in another room maybe, and just like start to prepare your task, start to prepare to do the task. And another solution, which is make it fun. Like, don't make it boring. Like, sometimes there is like many tasks that are very fun, but your brain reverse it to a boring task because this task it's like such a learning or working out or doing any like meaningful task, like your brain reverses to a boring task because it does require an effort and it doesn't give the instant like gratification. It doesn't give the instant dopamine to your brain. So your brain label it as a boring. So but it in fact it's not a boring. So when you're gonna do a task, shift your mindset from consider it a burden. You're gonna do it a burden on your shoulders to something fun. You're gonna enjoy doing this thing through the process. You're gonna enjoy it, not just something you have to do it because your brain doesn't want the forcing method, doesn't want to be forced. So that's why you have to make it fun. And another solution, which is rewarding yourself, maybe after doing this like task, just go and I don't know, doing something you enjoy to do. So your brain will most likely find it as a game. If you succeed in this level, you will get a reward. So most likely you will do this task again and again and again. So with that being said, thank you for watching and see you later.